Oh, okay. Taanshi pile 4. Welcome to your Mercury Retrograde pick a card reading. So I almost didn't film this. I completely admit that freely because I am a perfectionist and I cut the initial video short by accident, but I told myself, you know what? Screw it. I planned on four pile readings. Let's do the 4 pile readings. There's probably someone who needs to hear something in the best way possible, obviously. So anyhow, we're going to be looking at what to expect in this upcoming Mercury retrograde. Just some general energies, maybe some things that you need to look at, some things that you need to work through, or maybe some things you're going to celebrate. Who knows? We're about to find out. So I've got my tarot cards here and we'll just jump right into it. So the Knight of Swords. Something coming in hot, some information, some form of clarity. News of a gift, maybe? The Ten of Wands, interesting. Huh. Yeah, there's some sort of big news coming. Ooh, that's fun. I think someone's gonna come out of the woodwork to tell you they got a crush on you, pile 4. Or maybe they just have something nice to say. Who knows? Either way, it's pretty fun. A little saucy. Okay, I'm curious about this Ten of Wands, though. It's interesting. So we've got a lot of air. I'm like imagining fencing for some reason. Like banter back and forth. Because like the Ace of Swords, the Eight of Wands, the Knight of Swords, it's all about like a message of some kind. But I want to know about the Ten of Wands. Ooh, okay. The High Priestess, the Six of Cups, the Five of Cups. Okay, interesting. This might be someone from your past coming back. Someone who maybe like hurt you a little bit. or like was very mysterious and kind of out of reach. It's hard to get a read on this energy. It's almost like they bring you back to a place, a certain place in time. What kind of place and time is it? Yeah, a place of clarity, a place where everything was just like so much clearer and more cut and dry, and you didn't really have to do any guessing work, that sort of thing. It was kind of like the vibe of this time in your life is just, I want this, and this is what I can give you, and blah, 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 blah. Kind of like almost business-like, which is kind of weird because there's a lot of emotion here in this Ten of Wands. Okay, let's look at these swords. I'm going to read them together. Judgment, the Tower, the Five of Pentacles. Okay, so there's some sort of like isolation involved here, withholding, and then all of a sudden everything just flips and changes very drastically. It's like something, a truth comes to light and you're kind of like, oh my God, it all makes sense. Like, which is bringing you back to that energy. Like, oh, the clouds have parted and I can move forward now. But even so, I'm not sure that I don't see that you're moving forward. It's almost like you're planning to, though. I don't really see. It's almost like you're filtering things. Let's look at this. The Empress. I don't like this energy. I don't like it at all, actually. So we've got the Empress, Death, Temperance, and the Seven of Swords. Someone's being shady here. In what way? The Moon. Oh my god, there's so many major arcana. So this person is very like pivotal. Um, and the only reason why I don't like the Seven of Swords here is because it feels like this could all just be clarified with like a simple message or a simple point of contact, like a phone call or something. Um, yeah. But at the same time, there's like the Empress and Death. It's like a complete rebirth. It's like after the image that I'm getting is when there's a forest and there's been a huge forest fire, and then you have the new growth coming up. So it's like a new beginning, and there's like a balancing of death and birth here. But there's something about this Seven of Swords that just doesn't sit right with me. It's like there's missing, you know what? Maybe it's just missing information because of the moon. And here we've got like a person holding a mask in the moonlight in a burnt ass forest of all things. With all these little mushrooms growing, the new growth. Funny how that works, huh? Um, but actually there's two masks in here. So either you're masking feelings or this other person is masking feelings. Regardless, there's something that's not being shared. There's something that's being withheld with this Five of Pentacles. There's something that is just like this truth, this communication that needs to come out is just being buried in some way or somehow. So what is the Six of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, the King of Pentacles, the Devil? Pile 4, I think you need like a vibe check. I think you, and here we go, another mask. I think you need to kind of like get over yourself. I'm sorry. Because there's a choice here, and it's like you're holding, it's almost like this energy of I only give if I get. I only do something if I know I'm going to get something back. And I just don't really like that because it's not the healthiest thing. And it makes sense. It's ego based. Like everyone has an ego. Everyone is afraid of vulnerability and that sort of thing. But yeah, I'm not a fan of that energy. So I think actually, Pile 4, you need to get a little real with yourself and figure out why you're hiding and why you feel like you have to kind of bury your head in the sand or put on a false mask, because there used to be an energy where you would just say things. You would just like almost on the fly without having to like tiptoe around anyone. A Ten of Cups, the Four of Swords. Yeah, there's like a lot of self-containment, like a lot of self-policing here, I think, that needs to just go away. And I know that's easier said than done, but it has to happen because this is not a healthy energy. I feel very like in this reading, I feel very cut off from emotion. Except whenever I look at this, I get the warm and fuzzies, the Two of Cups. So there's something or someone here that's just like they're present, but there's all this other stuff that's kind of, you're like just, there's no growth, there's no movement. It's all here, but it's just not manifesting properly. I'm so like the word furnishings comes to mind. I'm not entirely sure why. Unannounced. That's an interesting word. But it ties in with this kind of this, like I was saying, self-policing, self-censoring, that sort of thing. Let's see. I think I want to know, like, what would happen if you stopped censoring yourself? Because there's this lovely Two of Cups here, and I see the rest of it, and it's kind of like, just like this cute little, like this little nest, and it's almost like all this, all this stuff, it's like cut off. It's like, oh, what's it called? Attack on Titan. When I never watch any episodes because those like huge Titan mouths scare the crap out of me, but it's the huge wall, right? Keeping the Titans out, and it's kind of like that. It's like this is apart from all of this energy here. So there's like a really big divide between action and thought, or expression and thought. The Queen of Wands, the Four of Cups, and the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so this might be within yourself, or this might be, I don't know. There's some sort of prosperity on the other side of this. Like, it's not even a choice. Like, you know exactly what you need to do. You're just not doing it because there's stuff that's happened in the past that you just don't think can happen again. And it feels like a lot of work to try and recreate this particular past. I'm going to see if this is another person or a feeling. This is a feeling, actually. Okay, interesting. So this is something within yourself. It's something, I almost want to say that you've kept secret, that you, like a hope or a dream of some kind. And it goes to the core of you, like this is almost like inner child, I want to say, with the Ace of Cups. And then the Star. So there's something here that needs to be revisited and clarified within you, because it's preventing you from seeing your true potential and actualizing your true potential. Because here we have the Four of Cups, and this person, this mermaid, is kind of just looking at the water and not really seeing all the beautiful little fray here bringing gifts. And it's right in the middle between the Queen of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles. So the Ten of Pentacles is like prosperity realized, actualized. The Queen of Wands is someone highly inspirational, charismatic, passionate, like Marilyn Monroe type energy. Yeah, it's almost like your true self. You're the side of you that's emotionally in tune with what you want and what you need, and bringing that to fruition is just not being accessed properly right now. That's very interesting. Okay, and I think, you know what, I want to pull a card for what kind of signs you can be looking for. I know I kind of talked about that with pile 3, but I feel compelled to do that with you, pile 4. Kind of signs for progress, signs that you're on the right track for reconnecting with yourself. Opportunities for collaboration. So this could mean like actual tangible projects, or it could mean conversations that feel productive with other people in your life. What is it? Is it friends? And these conversations, I don't think necessarily happen with you. It's probably actually you're watching videos of other people talking about their own experiences. Like those shows where it's like one group versus another, and they kind of have like everyone line up, and then there's chairs, and then there's one side, and then there's another. And then depending on how they would answer the question, they sit on one side or the other, to kind of show the gradient of opinions within one category or subset of people. So yeah, I see that kind of thing being instrumental actually in you navigating this situation. But I think that's about it. I hope this made sense. I feel like I've been rambling this entire time, but we're going to look at your advice card. And this is very interesting. The platypus. Stop complaining and focus your attention on the blessings in your life. So, like I said before, I think you need a little, like, what's the word? A little slice of humble pie here, pile 4. There's so much potential, and it kind of feels like you're maybe squandering it in a way, unfortunately, when you don't need to be. There's plenty of resources, there's plenty of people to talk to. You have everything you need within yourself to work through this. And that's not to say you shouldn't be asking for help from like a therapist or talking to an elder or something. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm really trying to drive home is the fact that you're hiding when you don't really need to. And it's preventing you from reconnecting with the parts that you need most right now. And once you reconnect with those parts, or you start to, I think things will become a lot clearer in terms of what sort of action you should be taking, what sort of moves you should be making in your career, in your relationships, in your interactions with your family and community. So with all that being said, thank you for joining me for this reading, Pile 4. I appreciate it a lot. I hope that this Mercury retrograde brings you the answers that you need, because there's been a lot of like, what's the word? Like hiding. The word veneer comes to mind, actually. Like a lot of masking, as I said before, that just doesn't really need to happen. It's not serving you, and so you can leave that behind, and you can get back to that place where you have that clarity. So anyhow, that concludes your reading. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe this video, and I hope you join me again next time. Merci.